Glory to the swarm, brothers and sisters. I'm your cult leader, Cheese, and today we have a very special replay from one of the original Rhino Wasp innovators, Ghosters. When I first started proselytizing the gospel, I kept hearing his name as the OG when it came to the Rhino Wasp flank, with a strategy he referred to as Sting. Well, he's back, and I can't wait to compare notes. Let's take a look. Before we get into the game, I'd just like to thank you for taking the time to like and subscribe. Spreading the gospel is a great way to meet new people and learn new words. Some you may not even want to repeat in polite company. Alright, Ghosters is offered speed, supply. I'm only looking at speed. I love that pack with it too, the sledges and the hounds. Supply is good, but if we're going for a gospel flank or a gospel-like flank, I'm not sure what exactly Sting entails, so I can't wait to see how he does this differently, or if it is even different. Alright, so Ghosters is up here. We got speed. Sledgehound. Not a great pack to run into with it, but it's okay. Maybe an asymmetric push, followed up with the flank next to it, or even flip into the other side depending on how the opponent reacts. Or, go a little bit more standard. Draw them in. Then unleash hell. Okay. So we are going with, it looks like, an asymmetric push from the left side. We're going to put hounds in front, hounds in the back, hounds in the way back. Okay. So that is going to allow our sledges to engage, and then the hounds will come in and start shooting the crawlers as they poke their heads through. I am a little concerned about having two hounds over here exposed by themselves, but that's probably personal preference. Alright. So it does look like we have engaged. The marksmen started to lock on to our tanks and our dogs, especially on this right side. On the left side, we are getting through their sledges. We have about a pack of sledges left. So this is going to be a round loss for Ghosters, unless this tower timing is just absolutely amazing. Nope, same time. Okay. So I think we wind up cleaning up these two, but then the marksmen and the 4 tanks remaining should finish the job for the opponent. Like ships passing in the night. That could be a fortuitous tower timing. Yep, take out the marksman. Okay, so minimal damage to Ghosters. I can't really complain about that. Elite Rhino. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm surprised it took him so long. So for our opponent here, subsidized balls would be a really good choice. They just don't know what's coming. Improved Tarantula is a lot of fun. This could also be a skip for them. They also take Elite Rhino. Okay, I'll take an Elite Rhino game. You don't have to tell me twice. Opponent picks up Arc Lights. Ghosters levels a sledge, gets another crawler and another sledge. So we're doing a sledge conga line across the front with Hound backup. I really like this level 2 sledge over here. I think this is going to do a lot of work. It's going to protect folks by killing things. Chaff clear is a bit of a problem for us right now. We need either some more layered chaff or more chaff clear, or really both. So these sledges are going to wind up feeding experience to this marksman. Yep. And hopefully these sledges... Okay, these sledges do not level, luckily. Both marksmen level, though. All 3 marksmen level, and they get a saber tooth. It's okay. we have access to level 3 rhinos. There's a Rhino Assault. Subsidized balls again. Yeah, that's a pretty good skip. Opponent might take these extended range arc lights. They're probably feeling pretty good about themselves. Yep. And we have a level 3 Rhino dropped behind these crawlers. Opponent goes with another pair of saber teeth. So they now have 3 of those on the board behind the arc lights and the tower. It's interesting. Ghosters goes with another pack of crawlers. So this is a full frontal assault with the crawlers. This Rhino has 60,000 health without any tech or buffs. Unfortunately, is going to be slowed by this missile. But should do... Oh, these are our missiles. I can never tell when I'm watching replays. That is such a good missile right there. That one too. Taking out crawlers and the sledges. Love the missile play. It's such a good tempo play when you need it. Yeah, it's technically negative economy, but look at this. This is a huge swing round now for Ghosters. Opponent has to answer the missiles or it's going to happen again, as well as now answering the threat of the level 3 Rhino. Oh. Okay, triple Wasp. I can't believe this wasn't snap picked. The opponent snap picks it. Okay, so it looks like the sting strategy is more of a frontal assault, and I'm okay with that. You know, this is good. So we've got Crawler, Rhino, Wasp. Does not run shields, runs HE. And man, I love HE. I wish I could still run HE, but in the flank, if you're running HE and the opponent gets AA forts, you don't have any response. All you can hope is that you clear everything fast enough to kill the forts before they get off a second barrage, and then you're down a few packs of wasps. Okay, so the level on the sledges prevents the missile from killing them. They just needed like a kill to get it because they were toasted last round by the missile. Another Rhino coming in, and level 3 Rhinos are just so hard to stop no matter where they're coming from. We will lose... Oh. Sabretooth under the debuff is unable to finish off this Rhino with a sliver. A sliver of health. And because he's now behind the other Rhino, look at this. He's not going to get hit. Oh, didn't get too close either? Wow. I love it. He takes armor tech. These things are going to have almost 100,000 HP. Alright. Both take the absorb module. Absorb module on a Rhino is always fun. I assume we're going to take levels on the Wasps. Will we take ground spec or range? So this frontal assault, okay, so ground spec first. Because there is more runway, it's not necessarily necessary to take the range first. I still prefer to do it because I primarily play from the flank, but I can see this working. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another Rhino in here and here if there's another round. These sledges are providing quite a bit of response as well. These late wasps for the opponent, not doing a whole lot. This Rhino did nothing. Wow. It's going to do even less with ground spec now, too. Yeah, look at that. That Rhino is just toast. What text is the opponent running? Oh, they don't even have anti-air. So, opponent is not equipped for a wasp off. Take the tower. We eliminate their wasps. Here come the Rhinos. We lose one. We get the tower again. And our Rhino is just going to walk, tanking the Sabretooth, as our wasps finish off their Rhino. So I don't think it's necessary for us, but if we just triple tech the wasps right now, I think it's game over. I don't think anything else needs to happen. The shield airdrop's not going to save them. Deployment modules I like right here, especially since we don't have to deal with the flank. We can take one of these rhinos, move it over here, give it a beacon straight through the tower, or we can come over here, take out this rhino on our way to the tower. Opponent's now buying Mustangs. Yeah, I'm not sure what the thought was with these wasps, but maybe if they took range, at least until we take anti-air, just not in a good spot. They do take anti-air on the Mustangs. Okay. Ghosters with the corner shield. Guessing we're going to see Rhino Wasp. Yep. That is going to pull this pack and this pack. Now, this pack being here and this Rhino being right here. Okay, there we go. There we go. We're adjusting it. Rhino on the line, or is Sting have the Rhino back? Rhino's back. Well, luckily, this bubble is actually going to save our wasps. Because of the angle that these are shooting from, I'm pretty sure most of them are going to be hitting the bubble, allowing this Rhino to warp in and then go take a aggro. Also, we have the crawlers now, so our wasps are safe. They're going to take out their wasps. Oh, there's a bunch of crawlers, but is the Rhino in front enough yet? Nope, not yet. There we go. So we punched through the front because we're able to distract a lot of their defenses that were planned to help the front. This level 4 Rhino is just having a good old time. It goes, oh hey, you look good. I'm going to eat you. And spin, and look at it leveling up. This level 2 Saber is not even able to dent it. Now under tower debuff, if it doesn't get a hit, yeah. Okay, so opponent has a problem now. Everything they deployed in the back here to defend against this front is now being pulled into the back. And Ghoster's frontal assault is just able to run through everything. This is going to be a win for Ghosters. Is that going to be enough? 2, 4, 6. Ooh, that might be just enough. Yes. Ghosters is able to put it away. So this is interesting. I mean, this is Elite Rhino. Like, no. The frontal pressure of Sting with the Rhino and the Wasps, I can always get behind that. It is definitely a different way to do this. This is probably the more common Rhino Wasp strategy that I've seen. And I'm guessing that's because Ghosters innovated it a couple years ago. Others picked up on it. And here we go. So I really like this game. I enjoy watching the elite rhinos get picked. I really do appreciate the opponent taking rhinos and wasps. Didn't work out for most Moist Man, but it did give us an entertaining battle. As you could see, these rhinos for him were still doing quite a bit of work. That one not so much, this one not so much. But this rhino right here, it took a couple towers, it punched through our right side defenses over here. And then this final flank to pull all of these defenses, so we just swoop right in. Great move by Ghosters, finishing off the opponent. I have another one of these to take a look at, and I'm actually really excited to do so. So I'm going to do that right now. All right, folks, here's Ghosters again, his second game. Let's see how this goes. We got Rhino Specialist, Elite Specialist, Supply Specialist, and Giant. Well, I know what I'm picking. Okay, good. So Ghosters is now in the hero's seat. Took the Rhino Specialist, our opponent's Fire Badger. I think we have the advantage in this round one. build a couple of crawlers, set up fairly aggressively, call it a day. The opponent goes with a third Mustang, foregoing any sort of chaff, takes the tech on their Void Eyes. And I like this for us. Now that will make it a bit difficult to get the flank established. It just means we have to be a little bit more careful. But it does look like Ghosters is going to set up with a very aggressive push from the right side here. And I don't think our opponent has the chaff clear. We should be able to get in and start sniping out the Void Eyes while the crawlers are still alive, take the tower, and hopefully clean up. We don't have the energy absorption, so I think that this will be a more even fight over here. Crawler's going down faster than I expected, but we are able to get into the Void Eyes with the first wave of crawlers and a tarantula. The Void Eyes are now engaging each other. Yeah, these Mustangs did run through the Void Eyes. That's kind of my fear there. But this tower, or this, we get the tower first. I think that's going to make all the difference here. We're going to have a spider versus these Mustangs. If we can get through the Void Eyes before the tower's taken. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I think we're going to be okay. And the tarantula does tarantula things to Mustangs. Okay, round 2. Get arc lights, marksmen, stormcallers, steel balls. Our opponent's going to buy a fire badger. We take the arc lights. Okay, I see what we're doing with the arc lights. Stick one over here on the left to help out those Void Eyes. Maybe some chaff. Opponent is focused on the right with a couple of fire badgers. Okay, we're going to stick the arc light over there. Let's see. 2 arc lights over there. Okay. Okay, arc lights defending our flanks. And we've unlocked wasps. We're Rhino specialists, so that did cost us 50. Buy another tarantula. Put it up front. And another pack of chaff. So Ghosters is trying to ensure that the opponent doesn't get the wasp drop, it looks like. Planning for round 3. I mean, we could have a very good round 3 if there's a drop of something we can put with the wasps on the flank. Especially going into a round 4 Rhino. So the fire badgers quickly eat up our 2 packs of crawlers, and our spiders are then taken out by the Void Eyes and marksmen and Mustangs. Here come our late arc lights. We'll clean up some of these Mustangs, but these Void Eyes are gonna just run it over. Okay. Big hit, but we're okay. Round 3. Speed. Opponent takes intensive. Okay. If I'm thinking Rhino Wasp, I'm thinking speed. Maybe intensive to be able to level up my rhinos. Take the intensive. Okay. We have Wasp unlocked. We do not have 650 though. Okay, so we're going double Rhino. So we're going to start with Rhinos. Right in front. So, okay, so this is Sting. He's got his crawlers. He's got his medium units spacing between them. And I'm guessing we're going to see a pack of wasps behind each one of these next round. Would like to see one of these rhinos leveled up or armor taken. Might be a little early for that, though. These Void Eyes are hitting quite hard. But level 1 rhinos always give me pause. They've only got 20,000 health. Okay, so we do level up this rhino. Good. Are we going to give it a beacon to the tower? Because that front door is open. No, we're going to take a +1. So 44,000 health. I'm a fan of that. But yeah, look, are we going to get in anyway? No, we get distracted by the fire badgers. There's a beacon. We take the tower. Everything is firing at the rhino as it takes the tower. This phoenix is going to kill the rhino. We don't have upshoot. It's fine. We'll have upshoot soon. So the opponent now has 3 pretty heavy single target damage dealers. We get another level 2 rhino. I'm guessing we're going to see wasps. Vulcan Descent in the back line could be good. Ghosters is going to skip though. Yep, there goes the rhino. Triple wasp. Triple wasp ground spec? Nope. We just leveled up a Void Eye. Okay. So we take Whirlwind. Going for Chaff Clear. We have Chaff Clear with the Tarantulas. I would think I would have liked Armor a little bit better here. Or even the ground spec on the 3 wasps. But it's alright. So we're loaning to take ground spec on the 2 wasps. Okay. Get another unit. Got 100. Maybe some later chaff. Maybe something in the back corner to pull it back. Yep, there we go. Distraction on the left side flank. Oh, what's this? Is Ghosters embracing the gospel? I think Ghosters is... Nope, okay. This is still Sting. I got excited for a second. It's okay. Still excited. We're flanking with rhinos and wasps. Guys, this is what we're here for. So we're going to take out the phoenixes with our wasps. Yep, everything gets stuck on the rhino. Yeah, we need armor on the rhinos. Like, stat. But that's a really nice tower. Next round it'll be even better. We've now forced them to commit to something on the flank. We could sell out of it if we wanted to and come back from the front. We'll assault. So it looks like this may wind up being a loss for Ghosters, but I think he's in a really good spot. Got the opponent's divided attention. If we force them to focus on the flank, we can push more from the right side. I like it. Yeah, it doesn't look good if you look at the score. Ooh, that could be a problem. If the opponent takes that orbital javelin, takes out Big Rhino, can we dodge it? Which one would he go for? So he sees the front as the biggest threat. That must mean he's going to load up his flank defense. Because I think I would actually see the flank as the bigger threat. He's done a pretty good job of stopping us coming from the front. He has decided to take Ignite on his Fire Badgers to deal with the Rhinos. It's an interesting choice. Ghosters buys another Rhino, sticks in the middle. Guessing we're going to see a Wasp. Another Rhino. Okay. We've leveled up to a level 3, which... if we don't get speed, I think is going to get clipped by this orbital, which is very unfortunate for Ghosters. Armor not quite as important now that they have Ignite. Maybe I'm thinking instead of armor to get Photon. Oh, so this is interesting. I didn't actually look at Ghosters Rhinotex. He does not run armor. Instead runs Final Blitz. And I guess if you're doing a frontal assault, that could work. Yeah, unfortunately, without speed, our Rhino does get clipped. We do manage to take out the flank defenses. These Wasps without range over here, though, are getting chewed up a little bit by the Mustangs. But we have enough left that we should be able to not die. These middle Mustangs are going to be a problem. Okay. Going into round 6, Ghoster's sitting at 1500. It's not looking great for us, but there is an armor card, which I wouldn't be surprised to see go on this Rhino. There's the photon coating. Yep. Having this Rhino back next round as well is this round is gonna help as well. Take range on the tarantulas for some chaff clear. Opponent takes EMP on their marksman. They're gonna be real sad about that when they see the photon coating. This Rhino drop by the opponent is going to cause us some problems if we don't put any more chaff back here. It's a nice play by them and could slow what looks like it's going to be a very strong push. Here comes another Rhino. Okay, so Ghosters is now going for the back right corner with a Rhino and Crawler. This is still going to be a problem. So I think this corner, this turn, is going to not have much effect for us. It just really matters how much we can clear with these Rhinos before this happens. And get a decent amount, but not enough. Everything is now locking onto the big Rhino. Can we get the tower? We do get the tower. It's not going to save us. It's going to help keep us from dying, it looks like. But man, it's going to be close. How much can we kill? Come on. Can we kill anything? Okay. Kill a fire badger? Nope. Ooh, that's going to be real tight. Yeah. We cannot afford another round like that. So, this Sabertooth would have been a great card for the opponent. This Worm's interesting for us. Typhoons, or even the Saber itself. They do have Ignite. Maybe not that. Opponent goes with an Abyss. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good response. There's the Raidens for Ghosters. Levels on the Rhinos. Not sure what we're doing here. I am concerned about this Abyss. If we don't get locked onto it early, it's gonna be problematic. They take Disintegration. Now I think Disintegration is stopped by Photon, but it may only be stopped by Power Armor. Yeah, no, it should only be stopped by Power Armor. It's not one of the effects for the photon coating. So that's going to slow down our push. Is Ghoster's going to get run out of this game, or can we take care of this Abyss before it becomes a problem? These sweeps are going to hurt. We don't have critical mass of Wasp. Okay, that's a good start. Okay, I think that will actually help us out quite a bit here with the Abyss. It's going to be stuck on the Rhino for at least one sweep. Another sweep, giving our Wasps a chance to take out the Abyss. There's the tower from the level 3. The other level 3 takes the other tower. Yeah, and we're able to collapse on them. Okay, so this Wasps right into the Abyss. Really good choice by Ghosters. I think if the opponent takes the Sabertooth and sticks it in front of this level 4, we may have a different story. But we got to take what the opponent gives us. Opponent takes the enhancement module. Don't really have a lot of things to use it on though. So it's kind of negative tempo. It looks like the opponent is scrambling at this point. They just got overran after feeling confident. Level up the Abyss. Trying to back it up. Is that a level 5 Rhino? Oh, Ghosters, you're my type of guy. Look at this thing, 183,000 HP. 20,000 damage, 30,000 when it spins. I mean, you love it. You love to see it. The missile to slow down the Rhino over here. These charge shot Phoenixes are doing nothing to deal with the Wasps. If our opponent puts a missile back here, we lose the Wasps. Over here, this Rhino is just a distraction, and it's keeping everything distracted long enough for our frontal assault to get in. Ghosters does take the aerial spec on the Wasps. That will help engage the Abyss a little bit earlier, which may actually wind up helping us quite a bit here as it's trying to boot scoot away. Opponent has aerial specialization on their Typhoons, so without having armor, we don't really have a great counter to the Typhoons. It's just a matter of if we can withstand the onslaught before they get through whatever's tanking for them. And we wind up losing them on the right side. Here we come on the left. We take the tower at such a crucial time. It leaves our level 4 Wasps over here just barely alive, allowing us to clean up, while our level 5 Rhino manages to take the right tower. We get in. Do we have enough left to kill the Abyss? It's going to be close. Yes, we do. And I think we have enough damage with these late Raidens. We do. Alright. So after watching a couple games of the Sting strategy, I like what I see. I definitely see that there are some advantages to it. It is a little bit more flexible if you need to pivot since you're not buried in the flank. However, the choice of Final Blitz over armor, I think, is a big drawback here. Armor against this board changes the battle. I think if we have armor, rounds earlier wind up being much less of an issue. I think Final Blitz and Whirlwind are an either or you have to take off photon coating and rely on having a Farseer. Because to me, I can't imagine running Rhinos without armor in this day and age. But it's working for Ghosters. But I think if that tweak is made, that will help a lot against these sorts of defenses. With the Wasps, okay, in this game it looks like Ghosters was running Elite Spec instead of HE. Didn't wind up clicking it in either game or range. It's interesting to me. I do like Elite Marksman. Elite Marksman on the Wasps can be really strong. The biggest reason I don't run it in the flank is, number one, it costs 100 more than ground spec and aerial spec. And number two, it increases range. It does increase damage, but it also increases range, and normally we don't need the range. The gospel is about brawling, whereas this is more of a long range, my wasps are bigger than your wasp, we're going to shoot from across the map and have fun with it. I love running this in free-for-all, but I think the shields are just so important if you're going to be heavily flanking or even putting them up on the front line, because all it takes is a couple of fortresses with anti-air and it shuts us down. Now, being up front does allow us to use beacons to potentially dodge it, and we're moving, so it doesn't take out as many. But it really hurts. The opponent over here, I think, could have done more with missiles. They were so worried about the Rhinos, they didn't acknowledge the Wasps as a threat until it was too late. So Ghosters did a great job of keeping the pressure on the opponent and pushing them into inefficient decisions. Really fun game. Thank you for sharing them both with me, Ghosters. We'll definitely need to sit down and compare some notes, see if we can incorporate Sting and the Gospel together and come up with something beautiful. And if not, maybe we can just work on improving both of them individually. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. For all you cultists out there, give me a glory to the swarm in the comments. I am your cult leader, Cheese, and I'll see you in the next one.